Now, more on the immigration crackdown here in the city.
More than a dozen people were arrested in those raids at multiple locations. Jennifer Bisram joins us now with reaction. Jennifer?
Dick and Christine, federal law enforcement sources confirm over 20 people in the metro area were taken into custody by Immigration and Customs Enforcement in New York City today. The Trump administration has said criminals were the only targets, and now that's changing. Immigration advocates say that was a plan all along. Homeland Security's enforcement operation began in New York City Tuesday. This is a video of agents with ICE, DHS, ATF, and DEA in the Bronx. We've learned at least one person is a known gang member with Tren de Aragua and has ties to Colorado.
This is the DEA working with our federal partners from DHS, specifically HSI, ICE, and ERO, on those very specific violent criminal aliens who are causing the most harm, who are responsible for the death and destruction that's playing out across America.
Federal law enforcement sources say so far there were at least 20 people in the New York City metro area that were arrested Tuesday, and that number is growing.
I have a newborn, so I'm walking out with a newborn, and it's hard to even get through the stairs because of them. So I'm glad they're gone. I mean, I was planning on calling ICE, to be honest with you, so they got here before I was able to call them.
It's still unclear how many immigrants taken into custody were criminals.
I feel bad for those people that really came to this country, like, to get a better future. But a fault of all the criminals, now those people have to pay.
Tuesday afternoon, during a White House briefing, President Trump's press secretary said that those who entered the country illegally are considered criminals and are subject to deportation.
The individuals who have committed heinous acts on the interior of our country and who have terrorized law-abiding American citizens, absolutely, those should be the priority of ICE, but that doesn't mean that the other illegal criminals who entered our nation's borders are off the table.
Folks who have been calling this country home for decades, people who have been part and parcel to our communities and our local economies and building our city and our state and our country into the future, are our neighbors and are our family members.
In response to the recent immigration enforcements, the Legal Aid Society launched a Know Your Rights Hub, and the Immigration Coalition says there has been an uptick in law-abiding migrants and those seeking asylum reaching out.
If they show up at your home, is not open the door. Ask to see if they have a judicial warrant signed by a judge. And if they say they do, ask them to slide it under the door. If you're outside, you have the right to remain silent. And we urge you to do so. Hopefully have memorized an emergency contact number that you can call to let them know what's happening, and then ask to speak to your attorney.
And federal law enforcement sources tell me these enforcements will go on for a while. It is priority for this administration. Immigration advocates recommend contacting the state's Office for New Americans for questions, concerns, and resources. Dick and Christine.